What are your thoughts on that movie Sinners? Because they said that kind of tapped on that with the music industry and the other side at the same time.
That was somebody's somebody way of saying, yo, when people do in the industry, as far as selling their souls, this is what it would look like if you could picture it in your mind. This is what it would look like. This is what the people, the executives, which would symbolize that white vampire. I was getting ready to say some names, I'm not. But some of these white executives tapping into our culture, right? And then see their talent, and then tell them, hey, if you want more or greater levels, come over here, right? But we can't get to you unless you invite us in.
My God.
Right? And not into your building, not into your home, into your soul. Right? So standing in the doorway and that's some old vampire movie shit. They can't come in unless you invite them in, as well as, having a mirror and not seeing a reflection.
Yeah.
That's always been my analogy in the entertainment industry. If you go look at some of my old interviews, the analogy I would say is a lot of people didn't like me in the industry is because I have a mirror, right? And my mirror, I can see who sold they sold and who didn't, right? So I could take a mirror and I could walk into a party and I know all the motherfuckers in here that sold they sold, because for the most part, I've been in this 30 years. I came up with some of them. Some of them walked through the door with me, right? And then turned around and I look and these motherfuckers got fangs. You get what I'm saying? Metaphorically speaking. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know the people that I came up with, and then when you get to go here and I can't go there, fuck you did that I did, right? We came in together.
Yeah.
Right, so it's kind of like the movie with Roddy Piper called They Live. You put the shades on and you can see the demons, right?
Yeah.
I just spiritually just have that gift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By the grace of God, me standing on my square, somewhere down the line, God blessed me to see who was who. And it was very clear when the motherfuckers came in approaching me.
How do you feel about Terrence Howard, saying that he's going to do a whole podcast exposing the industry now?
Why now? Why everybody went doing that? When I was telling people 20 years ago, motherfuckers was trying to fuck with me or fuck me, and I'm keep hitting the ceiling because I won't succumb to homosexuality. Y'all motherfuckers tell me, oh, nigga, you just hate because niggas rich. Why everybody got to be gay or sold they soul to the devil? How that conversation sound today? All these motherfuckers then sold they soul and succumb to that shit. And now you believe it. Why? Because niggas is going to jail, or you hearing it, or some of the people that you respected in the industry are coming out and telling it. Why? Because they broke now. It ain't no more fucking Hollywood. It ain't no more record label executives. You ain't got to go kiss nobody ass at the label. You don't got to shop no fucking demo no more. None of that. So with none of that, the gatekeepers, there's no gate to keep. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
So with that being said, we ain't got to kiss no ass. And all y'all niggas that got fucked in your ass just to prosper, look at you now. You can't even look in the mirror.
Something that you said that was kind of profound, though, Choke, was that it ain't even no gate to keep no more.
It ain't?
I mean, I think you might be one of the first people to call that out, though. Could you go a little deeper with that to explain why there's no gate to keep anymore?
All right.
And how it's affecting the industry as a whole.
Okay. Well, I'll do it two separate ways. All right. One way, music, right?
Yeah.
When I first came into the entertainment industry, you know, like I said, you had to shop your demo, right? You needed financing to pursue your dream. Whether you needed to get in the studio, whether you needed writers, whether you needed producers, whether you needed music video, whether you needed radio promo, whether you needed marketing and promotion. That's just a few things. That's just the core of it, right? Most people didn't have money to do that, right? So what you would do is you would shop your talent to a label, and a label would fund you. You know, they would sign you, as people would say, but really you're getting a loan from a bank, which is called Universal, or a record label, whether it was Def Jam or one of these labels. Def Jam may sign you, but they finance you back in maybe Universal, right? You know, so they may sign you, but they gonna get back in. And then they're gonna put all this funding. They're gonna give you a loan, whether they sign you for $1 million, $2 million. It's all a loan that's gonna be recouped back once you put out this album. And they're gonna get their money back, and then you'll start seeing some money. Today, so you will have to go to back then you would have to go to a Clive Davis, Leo Cohen, Russell Simmons, Andre Harrell, in hip hop I'm talking, right? Soul music, Barry Gordy, right? And they will go to the majors, and they will do deals with them to bring this artist and get this funding, right? Today, you don't need a record label to get you in the studio. Most kids can record themselves on Pro Tools on a laptop with a microphone. So that eliminates the Sony studios, you know, the hit factories. That's why they don't exist no more like that, right? Because now you got the small, you could get the same quality of music because it's digital, not analog. You don't have to worry about having a reel in your house,
all that
right?
extra shit.
You know what I'm saying? So now that it's digital and not analog, now it's easier to, as you can see, we doing all this here and not in the big ass CBS studios.
Exactly.
Right? So that eliminates that's why you see the Leos lose their jobs or step down from their jobs from Warner and the Mike Kaisers, the Kevin Lyles. They are no longer at Atlantic in these places no more because there's no need for them. Right? Those were gatekeepers in some people's eyes, right? So now that the big major companies don't need them no more, right? We don't need them no more neither, because we ain't got to go to them to get to them, right? Why? Because we can go and record our stuff, and we got DistroKid, we got Disc Baby, we got these different streaming platforms, digital outlets where we could go and record in our music in our home and then get it mastered. And if we can't get it mastered, we could pay DistroKid to master our stuff to it. We just upload it. They got a rate where you could pay where they'll master it for you, and they'll kick it out for you. And then I'll have my song out tomorrow. So there's no need for those big buildings or me to try to be standing in front of these big buildings with my demo anymore, or singing in front of the building hoping that an A&R person will hear me and be like, oh, this dude's talented, let me go get him a loan to put out his music, right? Now I can take it and do it myself, put out my album myself, and don't need them, and do the marketing and promotion right on Instagram, right on YouTube, right on TikTok, pay a few dollars extra for them to boost it and push it out myself.
That's right.
And there's no need for the gatekeeper.
Come on.
In that aspect. Now, if you want to talk about movies, it would be the same thing. I will write a treatment. I will write a script. I will send it to Hollywood, hoping that a movie house sees it and like it and wants to pick up the script, even option to give me a few $100,000 to option the script to buy it, and they may shelf it and never goddamn buy the movie and stuff, and now my movie's stuck there. Now with technology, with my goddamn phone, I can go and shoot the same goddamn movie
Exactly.
right with my phone. But
Come
I just
on.
got to learn lighting and audio and you know, composition and everything like that. But if you get that, you know, there's different apps and things that can help you with that. So now, instead of me going and hoping that the studio will give me a loan again, not a deal, it's a loan, and hoping that happens, and I'm waiting years for that to happen, I could go and shoot a movie myself in 14 days and go, instead of now begging for Universal, Lionsgate, any of these guys to pick up my film, I can go through a digital platform, get a distribution, and put my shit on Tubi, and put it on YouTube, and put it on Amazon. And I don't have to worry about going to who? The gatekeepers. Because the way I look, the way I talk, the way I look, they can't fuck me. You know what I'm saying? I don't need none of that, because I could go and put it out my goddamn self. So that's what I mean as far as eliminating the gatekeepers. And that's just music and film. I could do the same thing with fashion and so on and so forth.